One thing that's always captured my imagination is the idea of how the UNSC would engage the Covenant in air-to-air combat. Maybe that's because when I was a kid playing Halo 1 and Halo 2, we didn't have a pilotable UNSC air vehicle, so when the Hornet was introduced in Halo 3, I was so excited to finally know what it would feel like to engage the Covenant fighter to fighter. And from that moment on, engaging the Covenant in air-to-air combat from a pilotable UNSC aircraft became one of the things I just look forward to doing in every Halo campaign moving forward. And if a Halo campaign came along that didn't have a pilotable UNSC aircraft, it was sorely missed. Which is why I'm excited to see the UNSC Wasp get its campaign debut in Halo Infinite. Guys, welcome to another Halo Infinite video with my breakdown of the Wasp of Halo Infinite. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, but just in case you guys are new to my channel, I make new Halo videos every single week, so be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any of my Halo Infinite content. But guys, let's dive into the breakdown of the Wasp of Halo Infinite. The Wasp was first introduced midway through Halo 5's multiplayer live service, and ever since then, I've wanted to see this vehicle in a Halo campaign, and with Halo Infinite, we get just that. So here it is, the UNSC Wasp as it appears in Halo Infinite, and right off the bat, it looks very similar to the Wasp that we saw in Halo 5, which isn't necessarily a bad thing because there's probably a lot of Halo campaign players that didn't even know this vehicle existed because they didn't play that far into Halo 5's multiplayer live service. But guys, here it is, and it looks just as great here as it did in Halo 5, except there's just more detail. Obviously, the graphics of this game are superior than that of Halo 5, so it looks like the Halo 5 Wasp, but better. Here's a look at the details inside the Wasp cockpit, and comparing it to the Wasp of Halo 5, it just looks less flat. And it's pretty much like that with the rest of the vehicle. But when it comes to how the Wasp flies in Halo Infinite, it's more in line with that of the UNSC Hornet. This vehicle could start and stop on a dime with no issues whatsoever. If you want to hover, you can hover. And if you feel comfortable flying the Hornet of, say, Halo 3 or even Halo 2 Anniversary's multiplayer, you'll feel right at home here, which is different than, say, the Falcon from Halo Reach, which feels like it has more of a driving force to push you forward, and it makes hovering a little bit more difficult than it is with, say, the Hornet or even the Wasp. And I like that the Reach Falcon had a little thing where you had to lock the altitude in order to stay at that altitude, which just added another layer of depth, which is why the Falcon's still my favorite UNSC aircraft. And when it comes to the Wasp weapons, it's also similar to the Hornet as well, whereas the Wasp has twin machine gun turrets and rockets. And I feel it's worth mentioning, out of all the UNSC aircraft, the Wasp has got to be the smallest. When this thing is next to a Spartan, it's just adorable. I swear you could park this thing in a mailbox. Which leads us to the Halo Infinite Wasp's sound design. And it's by no means bad, it actually sounds quite good. The only issue I have is when comparing it to the sound design of the Wasp of Halo 5's multiplayer, I feel like the Wasp of Halo Infinite is missing a bit of the depth that the Wasp had in Halo 5. So here is a comparison of the two.
You do know how to fly, right?
It just seems to me that the Wasp of Halo 5 had a bit more punch to its sound design, and I hope that's something that can be patched into the Wasp of Halo Infinite, because I know it can sound better than this, and I probably wouldn't have noticed this as much had I not been making this video directly comparing the two. It's just when you do compare the Wasp of Halo Infinite to the Wasp of Halo 5, you see that the sound design is a little lacking compared to its previous outing, which finally leads us to the damage effects of the Wasps of Halo Infinite, because not only does this vehicle need to be fun to fly, it needs to be fun to destroy destroy as well. And just like every other vehicle in Halo Infinite, the Wasp has awesome damage effects. When it takes damage, it catches fire, there's smoke where you shoot it, the metal starts to peel up, and you can see on the other wing where I didn't shoot, it looks fine until I shoot it. And once the Wasp takes enough damage, it enters a doom state where it charges up, it explodes in a big fiery explosion. My only problem being that whenever it does explode, the wreckage just disappears, just like the banished wraith I talked about in my previous video. I wish that the wreck would stay on the map for a little bit longer, and when comparing it once again to the Wasp of Halo 5, the wreck would stay there and be on fire for a while. There was actually fire effects after the vehicle exploded, and I would love to see that kind of stuff return in Halo Infinite. So yeah, guys, that is my breakdown of the Wasp of Halo Infinite. At the end of the day, I'm happy to see this vehicle finally make its debut in a Halo campaign. I love its design, I love its weapons, I love the way this vehicle feels. I just wish that, especially with its sound design, it had that crunchy punch that the Wasp had in Halo 5's multiplayer, and just like the Banished Wraith, the explosion effect after it's destroyed, I kind of wish that the wreckage would stay in the map for a little bit. Hopefully that's not the case in the Halo Infinite campaign, but I hope that stuff can be patched if it's not there. But guys, this is my breakdown of the Wasp of Halo Infinite. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, be sure to drop a like on the video because it helps the video reach more Halo fans. It means a whole lot to me, as you guys know, and also you guys know that I make new Halo videos every single week, so be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any of my new Halo content. Halo Infinite is right around the corner. It's like 4 days away until we have the campaign in our hands. I can't wait to play this game, and I hope you guys are looking forward to more Halo content as well. So guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. See ya.